Ah, spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were, and we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. Only a few weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 8 most charismatic classmates. It was clear, it had to be one of them, but who? We didn't have long to choose our prom date, woo them, and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you figurative, oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. You're enjoying the sound of no ear-splitting shrieks filling the air when, suddenly, an ear-splitting shriek fills the air.
Zoe! What is this abominable nonsense? How dare you so much as think such filth, much less write it, much less put it on the internet?
Miranda, I honestly have no idea what you're so upset about. I'm simply expressing myself through the noble art of fanfiction.
By writing a story about me, a noble and beautiful mer princess, and a forbidden romance with Nash O'Mahone, the son of the Prime Minister of the Air Kingdom. The Prime Minister, Zoe! I would never date anyone from some socialist nightmarescape with the Prime Minister!
But this has nothing to do with you. It's not set at Spooky High. It's set at Creepy High, and the Mare Princess is named Miranda Vanderbunt. That sounds nothing like Miranda Vanderbilt. They barely end with the same last 4 letters.
Don't you know the last 4 letters are the most magical and important of all letters in mer monarchy culture? Why, I should have this drivel ripped into shreds with a libel knife, the cutlery used by the most scathing of reviewers.
See, Miranda? You're nothing like Marmanda. She totally would have gone with the slander spoon.
I simply cannot stand by while my friend, classmate, and inferior publishes such air people sympathizer nonsense.
Oh dear, this could get ugly. Than it already is. Better step in and help a lady out. Which lady, though, is up to you. Leave Zoe alone, Miranda. Don't you see she's done you a huge favor by exposing the treachery of Marmanda Vanderbunt? You need to go destroy Marmanda, not Zoe.
Vicky is right, Miranda. Haven't you heard the phrase, don't shoot the messenger?
Oh, certainly yes. Loads of times. It's what all of Daddy's messengers say, right before he shoots them. But, of course, Zoe is merely a classmate and subject acting, in this case, as a messenger, so killing her would be inappropriate and not covered by Daddy's insurance. So tell me more about this devious Marmanda person and her relationship with Nash O'Mahone.
Well, as you can imagine, their love is inherently tragic and beautiful, since they come from the Mer and Air Kingdoms respectively. I describe it as a typical star-crossed lover story with a large portion of hurt/comfort tropes, since it is set during the Mer-Air War.
Yes, and where might I find this Marmanda so that I may bring her to justice?
Oh, all the usual places. FFnet, AO4. She's definitely real and probably hiding from you somewhere far, far away. Like a desert. Anywhere where you won't interrupt my fic writing. Thanks for that, Vicky. Marmanda Vanderbunt may be an extremely thinly veiled stand-in for Miranda, but she's my extremely thinly veiled stand-in for Miranda, and I'm excited to continue her romantic adventures. And I hope you'll join me.
by join her, Zoe means read her fic, which you realize when she sends you a link and a reminder to review. But hey, she's sharing something she loves with you. +2 creativity and +1 charm. Calculuster is enjoying a nice quiet lunchtime charge when Zoe interrupts his reverie with a question.
Hey, Calculuster. I'm making a quiz so students can figure out which spooky high vending machine they are. You're friends with vending machines, right?
I am friends with every person, friend Zoe.
But like, are the vending machines people that you're friends with?
That is a rather insulting question. Yes, vending machines are people, and yes, I am friends with them.
Oh, so vending machines have feelings.
Of course they have feelings.
Which feelings?
I do not know. I am a terrible friend.
Aw man, don't be sad. We can figure this out together, for my quiz. But how can we talk to the vending machines about their feelings?
Just look up their manuals online. I love conducting obsessive online research on all my favorite topics, don't you, Zoe?
Did someone say obsessive online research?
Yes, it was Vicky.
Let's do it! Calculuster, pull up the manuals.
Manuals acquired. Opening section 23D. Discerning your vending machine's mood. It says here that there is an analog switch on the back of each vending machine that sets its emotional state.
Let's go look. Huh. It looks like they're all set to crushing despair. Why are they set to crushing despair?
That seems to be the factory default.
Should we change it?
Best not to tamper with factory defaults.
Okay. Hey Vicky, as long as we're doing exhaustive online research, want to go down an online encyclopedia hole with me?
There's not a hole you wouldn't go down with, Zoe. You start at vending machine emotional states and end up at dark rituals specifically involving cabbage. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. During a break between dodgeball matches, you spot Coach shouting some encouraging words at Zoe.
Come on, Zoe, let's go, 100 burpees. It's a fun exercise, it's fun to say. Don't you want to be your best self?
Of course I do, Coach. I'm so grateful for all the time and attention you spend on us students.
Well, you know what they say, time and attention are the deadlifts of the soul.
Sure. But with all the time you spend learning about and encouraging us, how many people have taken the time to get to know you? I mean, we don't even know your real name.
Oh, my name? It's...
Or why you decided to become a high school coach. Tell us about that.
Well, if you really want to know, I first fell in love with sports through the noble game of beach volleyball. But that's not why I became a coach. No, I became a coach because of my father.
Oh, was he a great coach too?
No, he was quite the opposite. A tiger tycoon who made billions selling unhealthy sugar-frosted cornflakes to kids. With his ill-gotten gains, he bought us a fabulous home in the jungles of Miami. But to me, it was no better than a cardboard box. No better than the cardboard boxes that shipped that sugary cereal out to the unmuscled children all over the world. I had to escape, and when I did, I vowed to devote my life to helping kids stay healthy. But even so, I'm not sure I'll ever be able to make up for the sins of my father.
Aw, hey Coach, don't be sad. You're a great coach, and I'm sure any of us here would love to help you in your crusade against unhealthy breakfast.
Zoe looks around for other students to agree with her, but they all very carefully ignore her. You, on the other hand, kind of want to smooch Zoe, so you offer your aid. Let's create a hip new mascot for healthy food. Kids love hip new mascots. After a few minutes of brainstorming with Zoe, a little alchemy, and a lot of luck, you create your very own super hip health food mascot.
Coach, allow me to present you Xander, the teenage essential amino acid.
The two of you step aside to reveal Xander, a shambling bundle of vaguely human-shaped proteins wearing a baseball cap.
Sup everybody, I'm Xander, the teenage essential amino acid. I'm essential because your body is unable to synthesize me on its own, and if you don't have me, you're suffering from protein deficiency. Symptoms of protein deficiency include elevated risk of infections, edema, fragile hair, and kidney failure, dudes.
It's working! I think he's really appealing to the youth demographic!
Coach is right. All over the gym, your classmates are crowding around to give Xander high fives and learn skateboarding tricks from him. You've really outdone yourselves this time. Also, you should probably get more essential amino acids. In the meantime, have +2 smarts and +1 money for character licensing. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you do a terrific job at acting. You act so hard that some of your classmates in the audience throw roses at you. 7 roses, to be exact. Damn, roses aren't a valid currency or stat in this game. Anyway, you check your converter app to see if this could translate into something a bit more useful. It seems 7 roses equals 2 creativity points. Sweet, you gain +2 creativity. You see Zoe talking to Polly and Scott. You weigh your respect for privacy versus your insatiable ambition to smooch your classmates. And, as always, there is a clear winner.
And then I obliterate all the population within the Navalan realm. And to date, most of their souls live within my body, in utter despair.
Whoa, Zoe. It sounds like you used to be a hell of a prankster back in the day.
You betcha. I was what you would call in this realm, the shit. But I don't know. It wasn't entirely me. I mean, it kinda was for endless millennia, but I never felt as myself as I feel now. Does that sound stupid?
No way! As cool as Zagord sounded, nothing is cooler than feeling happy with yourself.
Word.
Aw, guys.
Nonsense!
Oof. Hey, Leonard. Anything to add?
Of course I overheard you talking about how precious it is for you to have turned from a disgusting, huge thing into a high school girl. What a surprise.
What?
Yeah, it's so hot to be a minority, am I right? An endless deity of despair that turned into a girl so brave, so unique, so bullshit. Change is so hot now, huh? People changing their identities, my childhood cartoons changing their art style, Thor changing his gender? Even the climate is allegedly changing. What's next? Should we change our ideas? Should I change my clothes from time to time and lose my signature smell?
Maybe?
No, and no. I, Leonard, should be the last bastion of hope for common sense before we, the majority, become the new minority. I will fight for this fight for being super obnoxious and by reminding you that you're not brave at all, unlike me, who is super brave because I will literally never empathize with anyone else. And you can't change my mind because I fucking hate change.
You totally know Zoe is capable of defending herself, but if she does, her wrath might damage reality severely. Also, standing by your friends is the right thing to do, so you defend change in terms that Leonard can understand. Leonard, but you only buy your video games once their prices have changed when they go on sale.
But it can't be!
Don't you do that?
Of course I do! Those lazy game devs don't deserve my precious money. Also, should I remind you that I am an influencer with more than 200 subscribers? It should be them paying me to play their puny games.
So, you buy them on sale.
Of course!
Then Vicky made a point. Even it was a tiny bit fucked up to compare my identity transition to video games going on sale.
No, it can't be! Me? Leonard? A phony? No, I'll stop doing it right away!
You mean you will change your behavior toward video game sales?
Yes! No! You fools! This is not the last of me you will see! Be ready for my revenge! Through a bunch of angry tweets!
Whatever.
What just happened?
Oh, nothing. Just Vicky being the best.
Yeah, how didn't we see the best way of fighting Leonard was beating him up with his own stupidity?
Ha ha ha! We're Team Zoe and Team Zoe just won. Hooray!
You're the best team ever.
You all hug, and it's the sweetest thing ever. Later, in your secret lab, you distill the sweetness into +3 charm. You sit down with Zoe and Calculester. Zoe seems to have brought some fresh sanity today. That is, she has a screaming man strapped to the table and is currently siphoning his sanity out through his eye sockets.
Friend Zoe, I am afraid I must take issue with your current practice.
What? Eating?
Eating in a manner which causes a human to repeatedly scream, "Kill me!" while voiding his bowels and bladder? It does not seem nice.
Look, I was born this way, okay? Well, not so much as born as ripped from the fabric of reality itself and animated with equal parts of raw malice and the concept of despair. But still, don't judge me.
I do not possess the necessary firmware to judge you, Zoe. I do, however, wish that you would find another way to attain sustenance.
You can't stand to see these two at odds. Maybe you could convince Zoe to change her ways, or convince Calculester that they don't need changing. Oh, come on, Calculester. Sanity isn't even one of the top 5 worst things Zoe could be devouring from this dude.
Status. Skeptical. Please list 5 things worse to devour from this man than his sanity.
Oh, that's easy. Deep-seated insecurities is one, poop is another, the crippling fear of death present in all mortals, pee, and worst of all, opinions.
Are his opinions really that bad?
Well, he's a prominent user on Reddit.
Understood. Analysis complete. Sanity is an acceptable food substitute, compared to several things that are worse.
Nice. It's like I always say, when life gives you lemons, compare those lemons to the all-consuming void. The void is way worse than a couple of lemons.
You couldn't agree more. Mostly because you're interested in smooching Zoe, but still. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point, there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. Later, you hear some discordant chants, so you gotta see what's happening.
O Zagord, ruler of the Dark Realm, it's time to bring despair and doom upon this dimension.
Gee, stop it. For the last time, I'm Zoe now. Can't you respect that?
Is this a test, our unholy awfulness? Are you testing our faith by forcing us to use false names? Our faith is strong, almighty Zagord. We will pass this test. Zagord is all might, for it reigns the Dark Realm and it will bring the void to this puny reality.
Hey, what's happening here? Stop it. Bad cultists, leave Zoe alone.
Vera smacks the cultists with the rolled up newspaper until they leave.
Thanks, V. They're the worst. Always calling me that name. Zagord. And referring to me as it.
Sure, no problem.
Hey broskies, we heard what those cult bros were saying. Is it true that you used to be that Zagord bro?
I guess so, in a way.
But bro, those cult bros told us everything about you. They said we are good cult material. Something about how being pack-minded is a great start. But why would you go from being a giant monster to a little girl? That's so weak.
Oof. Because I didn't feel like myself. It wasn't who I truly was.
That sounds complicated.
Don't listen to her. She's lying. She obviously did that shit for attention. Now everyone changes their pronouns and identities like they're just hacks. You know what? I identify as an attack helicopter. You see what I did there? I made a clever and original joke to prove that I think something that's important to you is stupid to me. You can't handle my nuanced humor.
Ugh.
Vera says nothing. She just stabs Leonard.
Oh, that was sweet. Thanks again.
Sure. You know, we're sisters, not sisters.
No, but really, why would you change all that? Like, you also changed your name? Even your pronouns?
I really want you to understand, guys, but explaining all the time is starting to feel like a chore. So anyone else?
Don't look at me. My thing is stabbing.
So, it's your turn. Produce a dumb action blockbuster full of explosions that unexpectedly serves as a metaphor for the nuances of identity and transitioning. You go into full producer mode, and because time in this world doesn't seem to follow logical rules, soon you have a version of the movie for all of you to watch. It's called Fast and Furious and Sensibly Conscious of the Nuances of Gender Identity and Transition. You all gather in a projection room, alongside some of the investors who have given you millions of dollars to produce this movie, unaware it was all just to convey the message to the Wolfpack.
Wow, Vicky. I'd have never imagined a movie within the Fast and Furious franchise could be so thoughtful and invite us to look beyond the traditional binary spectrum of gender.
Yeah, broski, so many rad explosions. They were so sick that they made us understand all this identity stuff is relevant to Zoe.
And what about the fight scene at the docks?
Absolutely. It was so violent and suspenseful. It's like the whole scene beat the comprehension and acceptance right into us.
Great work, Vicky. An insightful movie that caters to the big audience? Admirable. Let me show you my appreciation by offering you free services as your lawyer for all the contract stuff for the movie.
Thanks a lot, really. It's very thoughtful that you're trying to spread a message of acceptance and understanding through the vastly well-known language of Fast and Furious movies.
All of you are super happy. Later, you realize Vera has signed all of the papers in such a way that she's now the owner of the movie. She makes millions and gives you just +3 money. But hey, you've done a good deed and helped many people like Zoe to be more understood and accepted. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You're casually chatting with Juan, the small magical Latino cat. You start telling him that hilarious story of what happened last summer at Monster Camp. You know which one. The one involving the beehive, the blow-up doll of the president, the penguin mask, and the mystery of the Goblin King. Slowly, lots of people start joining you to hear the story. By the time you say where the Goblin King was, 100 people or so burst into hysterical laughter. You turn on a mobile app that captures all the laughter and turns it into +2 fun. You're chilling with Zoe, watching her draw cute little chibi characters getting eaten by nightmare fluid when Leonard slides into your midst.
Hey, your art's not bad for a girl. I might have a major opportunity for you.
Oh, cool. As much as I hate your casual sexism, I love opportunities. What's up?
I'm looking for someone to do a custom drawing for my YouTube channel. It'll be me, but with sunglasses, and my muscles are huge, and you can tell from my facial hair that I write about everything.
Yeah, I could probably do that. No guarantee it won't drive your viewers insane, though.
If they go insane, then they weren't true fans to begin with.
Great. Let's talk a little bit more about what you want, and then we can negotiate a price for the commission.
Excuse me? Price? Exposure to my 284 YouTube subscribers isn't good enough for you?
No.
Wow, typical. Here I am trying to give you the opportunity of a lifetime, and you can't think of anything but money. Did you hear me when I said how many subscribers I have? 284, and that's just right now. By the end of this week, it could easily be 285 or 286. And from there, it's just a few orders of magnitude until I hit 600. A real savvy artist would understand the value of getting in good with me while I'm still on the rise. This could be huge for you. Anyway, TLDR, no cash right now. I'm investing all my capital in my craft in the hopes of maybe someday becoming a YouTube sensation. You're an artist. Do it for the love of the art! Or whatever dumb fucking reason artists have for doing art shit.
As Leonard pours more and more garbage words out of his mouth, you can feel the air around Zoe turning into pink tentacles of wrath. Uh-oh. If you can't broker a deal between these two, who knows what will happen to reality? Maybe you can convince Leonard to pay with something other than money. If all you've got right now is hope for the future, why not pay with your future? Pledge to be Zoe's indentured servant from ages 32 to 36.
Haha! Deal, suckers! What, you think I'm just a regular high school age? I'm a motherfucking Japanese swamp vampire, you utter cucks! I turned 36 600 years ago!
Oh, that's okay. I'll just extract payment from your past self.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, fuck my memories!
Don't worry. I just spent the fabric of time and space to steal 4 years of your life. We're totally even now.
I suddenly bear deep emotional scars from events I've never experienced. My entire life is non-canon.
So, do you still want that drawing? For another 2 years of your past, I'll even do it in color.
No thanks. I think I need to go lie down for a while.
Oh, okay. Enjoy the incessant nightmares.
The what?
Oh, that Zoe. So adorable. You gain +2 smarts and +1 creativity. You sit down with Scott and Zoe just as Zoe cracks open the Tupperware she brought for lunch. You're not sure what's inside, but it sounds like it's screaming.
Whoa, Zoe, what are you eating? Is it pizza? I love pizza.
No, Sky, it's not pizza. I'm on a special diet where I only eat Sanity.
Ooh, Sanity. I bet that's chock full of protein.
Not really. It's mostly chock full of horror. It's better fresh, but that's a lot messier. So when I come to school, I pack leftovers in this Tupperware instead.
So smart. What does Sanity taste like?
Well, you know when you're sucking the marrow out of the ethereal bone fragments, harvested from the carcass of a rival deity you've slain?
I don't think I've ever eaten a rival deity. Do I have a rival deity? Is it fireworks? I hate fireworks!
No. Let's see. Have you ever drunk a child's tears filtered through its mother's severed scalp while an orchestra plays a tuneless melody on instruments of flesh?
I've had pizza. Is that close?
Not really. It's more like cashews. Cashews and shrimp.
Oh, cool! I knew it was high in protein. Can I try some? Can I?
Well, it's not really for mortals.
But Scott looks so excited! You've got to figure out a way to resolve this situation. Scott, Sanity is extremely high in cholesterol. Why don't you eat some cashews and shrimp smothered in this malignant insanity hot sauce I brought?
Oh no! Cholesterol! The original C word!
Also, eating Sanity would cause your brain to invert, mutilating it, like a thumbless chimpanzee angrily peeling an orange.
That sounds sort of bad too, but what I'm really worried about are my arteries. Cashew me, bro!
You happily oblige. 1 cashew, shrimp, and weaponized hot sauce cocktail coming right up.
Oh wow! This food looks like a tiny crime scene! Down the hatch!
That's a lot of hot sauce, Scott. Are you sure your mortal mouth can—
My mouth exploded! It caught on fire and exploded! No more mouth for Scott!
No, Scott. I can still see your mouth. You're—
But I can't see my mouth! And whose mouth is it supposed to be? Mine! So if I can't see it, it's not real!
Oh. Okay, dude.
Sorry, can't talk! My mouth exploded, so I don't have a mouth anymore!
Scott sits quietly for the rest of the lunch period, growing progressively redder and sweatier while you enjoy a nice time with Zoe. Nice! That day, you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in bathrooms, you give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Zoe approaches you looking full of joy and excitement.
Vicky, Monster Prom is so close. I've started to look at dresses. Look at this one! Don't you think it would totally highlight my sliminess of my tentacles?
Stop right there, you purple tentacled face idiot!
Oh, hi, Leonard.
You can wear as many dresses as you want, but that won't make you a real girl. You aren't fooling anyone!
Dude, my identity has nothing to do with convincing anyone. I'm gonna wear a dress because I fucking want to. It's about me, not about you.
It has everything to do with me! What if I finally meet a real gamer girl and she turns out to be an insidious faker like you?
Just wow.
Shut up, you Zagorliot!
Dead naming and insulting me all in one word. Boy, that imaginary real gamer girl is sure is lucky. I really try not to let jerks like you get to me, but sometimes I wonder if I shouldn't just turn your kidneys into rabid raccoons. If only to save people from listening to your harmful bullshit.
That's offensive. You're attacking my freedom of speech. It's my freedom to insult people and to make everyone miserable.
Hey noobs, what's up?
Damien. Good thing you're here. Tell this stupid faker she can't stop us from insulting anyone, or calling her Zagord or whatever we want to call her.
Damien carefully lights Leonard on fire.
You fucking SJWs are always so offended by everything. Die!
Wow, Damien, thanks. I thought for a moment you were joining him.
Eh? No, fuck. I might be an asshole, but I'm not a bigot. And struggling with defining yourself? That's harsh. Damn, like, who should I be? A violent hell commander? A talented hairdresser? Sometimes I feel like the reason I'm so angry half the time is because everyone is expecting me to be this or that. Even myself. It's like, I don't know. I'm not good with words. And I know your thing is different. But it's like, the whole endless despair deity is very metal, sure. But exploring your own truth and fighting to define yourself in your own terms? Fuck, Zoe. That's twice as metal. It's pretty damn admirable.
Damien.
But before you can keep going with this emotional moment, someone else appears.
Zgord, our sacred awfulness. Here you are, still trapped under this deceitful form. Let us perform a ritual to free you from that puny carcass.
Not again!
Do you want me to light them on fire too?
No, it's useless. They keep coming and coming. These idiots are by the thousands at least. It's my punishment for spending millennia tormenting mortals, I guess.
Damien was all hot and sensitive back then, but now it's your time to shine. If you could only come up with a plan to make the cultists leave Zoe alone for good. Don't let this puny, tentacle mortal girl deceive you. Zagord is really trapped inside this ancient totem.
Oh, are you implying that this was once again a test by our omnipotent awfulness?
Sure.
Ah, but we knew all along. We were testing you.
Sure.
Do they really believe I'm inside that Evangelion figurine?
Guys, in order to free the almighty Zgord, we need to learn more about how this magic totem works. Let's do some research.
Here, this is a documentary about this totem. Watch it. You can find lots of internet forums discussing its hidden meanings. It will surely lead you to the answer on how to free Zgord from the totem. You're a real sicko, Vicky. They'll be trapped in the torture of Evangelion's countless layers of subtext and hidden meaning. There's no going back from there.
What are you talking about? It's just a sick anime about robots killing angels. What's complex about that?
Damien starts to look it up on his phone.
What, so the AT field is a reality metaphor for...
No! Stop it!
Zoe grabs Damien's phone and throws it, like, super far.
What the fuck?
I just saved you, Damien. Repeat after me. Once you go into Evangelion's countless layers of subtext, there's no going back.
Whatevs. Wanna grab some sushi?
OMG, yes! No more cult members annoy me. And sushi? Today's the best day ever. Thanks, you two.
I know, right?
You spend the rest of the day eating sushi and discussing Evangelion in the shallowest, therefore safest, way possible. Like, which battle is the raddest one, and how sexy Misato and Kaji are. You gain +2 fun and +1 creativity.
Hey, Vicky. I want to tell you again, thanks for everything. Sometimes it gets hard, with some people being so hateful. I don't understand why most of the time hatred takes so much energy, and it serves no purpose. But it's okay. I believe people can change, and each time I find acceptance, it restores my faith in monster kind. I'm a girl, I'm at Spooky High, and I'm surrounded by people who love me. 1 minute here already feels better than countless millennia being a deity of despair. I think I'm living my best life.
Life continues. Lots of things happen. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. But it's all in all good because you and Zoe have each other. You sometimes get so focused on getting some monster ass that you forget that life is more than that. And you forget that even if they are criminals, arsonists, or dictators, these monsters are your friends. Sure, they have some pretty nasty flaws, but there's always time to change and grow. In the meantime, you're grateful to be on their good side and to create new memories together. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Zoe's many years of researching obscure trivia for her steamy fanfics paid off. She got a job as a consultant at a company who makes fantasy sex toys based on beloved pop culture characters. Now she rakes in the big bucks designing blueprints of stuff like the cock of the Demogorgon or the vagina of the Statue of Liberty. Damien becomes an interior designer specializing in torture machines. Last month, Vogue magazine called his products the refined marriage between macabre and chic. Scott became a world-renowned athlete, but he ended his career to come back to his hometown and take the job of the athlete he admired the most. Now, he's back at high school again, working as the coach. For those 3 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start.
Right on time, got you talking, got you glad. Just try to loosen up your mind, get ready for